See, Nisha, growth is a challenge, and I don't see any evidence that real growth, and I'm talking about revenue growth, which is making a comeback. Now, you may have a large order book, but if that order book is not translating into any kind of a real deal, that just makes me wonder that, okay, okay, clients are committing, but if they are not really telling you to start executing, then you do have a situation. And, this large order book, large deal wins, I think that is almost like a 2-year story. And 2 years is a long time for some of these deals really to start translating into. So you know my views on, IT. I think that whether it is AI or whether it is the seasonality effect, I think for IT, I think we do have a tough trek, so to speak. And similarly, so that's the absolute picture. That growth, I think, is still a distance away, where you can say that, okay, here's a sector where I can see at least 8 to 10% kind of invisibility. Second, you look at the relative comparison, TCS versus Infosys on all parameters. I think TCS is like a cut above, whether it is margin, whether it is confidence, whether it is translation, and whether it is a commitment towards and a clear indication that FY25 will be better from FY24. I think that spark in the Infosys numbers was missing. And third, if you look at the market per se, Anisha, I mean, there is no compulsion for anybody to buy IT, because there are a lot of companies and a lot of large cap companies where you are getting a promise of at least 10% growth, and where valuations are not really that stretched. I mean, we have a long list of companies where growth is 8 to 10% or even 10 to 12%, and P multiples are not really out of whack. So why should one buy IT? Just because you want to be contra? Why should you buy IT? Just because these are great businesses, but these businesses are slowing down, and I don't see any evidence that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So buybacks and great cash on the book, that's all great. But if business is not growing, whether it is for IT services or whether it is for the IT sector in general, you got to ask yourself that, is it really worth betting on the sector in the near term? That's my limited point.